Okay, hey, I'm back. I am in Illustrator right now, and I have got a line selected here. Okay, as you can see, I made this just by drawing points, and I used a guide to just keep it kind of like I would in Maya. Keep that establish the line down here by just putting a guide in like this, I can get an idea of where I was. Oops, there we go. In relationship to a horizontal line. Okay, and the reason you might want to use Illustrator is if you want these nice square edges and things like that. Those are really hard to get in Maya without getting things crossed up with that EP curve tool, because the points are away from the line and you have to put them really close together to get this kind of a shape. It's actually a tiny little curve. It's a little more difficult to do. Okay. So it's much easier to do inside of Illustrator. So what you do is you take your line, and the only really weird thing about this is that you need to save it as an old version of Illustrator, okay? Version 8. So when you save this, you need to click that, and then you're going to get this up, and where it says version up here, you're going to go down, way down to Illustrator 8, okay? You might be able to save it as something newer. I don't know. I know this works, okay? And you're really not looking for any tricky things in Illustrator except the line, okay? So it's not like you're going to lose anything by doing that. Click OK. It's going to give you a warning. Just click OK, and you'll go from there, okay? So how do you get that into Maya? You get that into Maya. Here's my friend. I'm just going to stick this in my kind of hidden place here. I'm going to stick add selected objects. That's going to make that go away. So the way you actually get this thing into Maya is you go to File, Import, just as if you're bringing in a whole model, okay? What you don't want to do is create Adobe Illustrator object, okay? That is really used for doing something that is going to be beveled or like type, things like that. Some unique logo that you may have created that you want to bring into Maya to animate or make 3D or something like that. That's what that's for. For just a line, you're going to go File, Import, okay? And you're going to find, wherever you save this thing. For me, God knows, it's in here somewhere. There we go. And I have my leg path for Maya. This is what I'm going to show you in a sec, adding points, but this is the original one, leg path for Maya. I'm going to click Import, and you'll see this thing comes in. It kind of looks random here where it gets put. Okay, you'll see it's in profile, it's in a different axis than what I was doing before. First thing you want to do is center the pivot on this thing. So you click this, okay, that at least gets the pivot close. And then what I would do is bring it into the view where you see here, the side view, or front view in this case, and kind of establish again this as my baseline here for where I'm going to revolve this thing around. Okay, and I would do the same thing I did when I showed you how to move the pivot before. Hit the D key here. If you hold on X and move this, it's going to snap to the grid like this, which is the easiest way to get something like that to work. Okay, and I've actually got this already set up because I want to show you a variant on this as well. But this will get you, where you want to go. I haven't changed anything in my Revolve menu, so I'm just going to hit Revolve here so you can kind of see. Oops, you notice my axis changed, so I do have to go back here like this. Okay, and now I'm in X. Okay, I can see the red arrow dragging left and right here, and click Apply like so. Okay, if I hit the 3 key, I'm going to get that. And again, this is a poly object now, so I'm just going to reverse that so it looks like this. And you'll see what you get. You get this really nice, clean, squared off thing happening. It looks really, really good. Okay, like so. Now sometimes you kind of see that it's not conforming exactly to my curve here, but if I hit 3 on my curve, I'll get a little bit more. So the reason it's not doing that is the points inside of Illustrator, when it comes into Maya, it's making some interpolations. So it's kind of shifting things a little bit, okay? And if that bothers you, if that makes you crazy, what you can do is you can go back to Illustrator, okay? And you can pick your object, your line, You want to pick it now at this point in your regular selection tool mode. And you go to Object, Path, Add Anchor Points. And what that's going to do is it's going to add points. So here's what this looks like before, okay? And if I add points, you'll see it essentially doubles the number of points. If I do that again, it's going to do it again, like so. Okay, so if you want more of this to look as accurate as it does in Illustrator when you bring it into Maya, that's the way you do that. Okay, and pop back into Maya here. I'm just going to grab this stuff and put it into this hidden layer, and I'm going to open this guy up so you can kind of see this. Okay, so here I've got my original curve, and then this one has extra points. Okay, and if you look at this, when you're going to see it's pretty much turned it into that kind of an EP curve. Okay, control vertex here. You'll see even though it came in as a Bezier object from Illustrator, it turned it into this in here. If I hit the 3 key, that's going to smooth that out. Okay, and this is the original one. So it did add some points in, but you'll see it changes it a bit. Now this guy, same deal, many more points. Okay, so if you want more stuff to work with, that's the way to go. And it's pretty painless. It's not like it hurts you any to do that. Okay, so if I grab this guy, Surfaces, Revolve, hit the 3 key, that's my original one. Okay, if I click on this guy, Surfaces, Revolve, hit the 3 key, you'll see this baby really matches that curve exactly. This one, not so much. Okay, going to see it's popping off the end there. And of course this one now has more polygons that you can work with as well. Okay, and you can do the same things you were doing before or showed you in the last video about then using soft select, the B key, and manipulating this to turn it into something less perfect in terms of symmetry. Okay, so it looks less like a table leg and more like some sort of an alien leg or an insect leg, spider leg, something like that. Okay, that's kind of the whole point here, is turning this into just a different sort of thing. So if I grab all these guys, for instance, again, the R key is your friend here, flat, W, you can do whatever you want with that. And of course you don't have to use the scale key. I'm just showing you a technique because this comes in handy with lots and lots of other things when you are trying to make something align, to make flatter or more or less like that. So you can kind of see already it has an interesting kind of mechanical look. Again, because of these nice square edges I got from Illustrator, I have all sorts of things now that I can do with this. Okay, and that's the other cool thing you can do here is you can take, like grab some faces here. Oops, I'm just double clicking to get a few rows here with some space in between them. So if I extrude these, for instance, I can yank that out, hit G to extrude again. That's going to give me a harder edge there. One more time, like that. Okay. And then again, I can go back in, I can add loops in here to tighten these up even more. But again, immediately you can kind of see we're getting something pretty interesting looking in just so fast. This looks like something out of Tomorrowland at Disneyland, like the one of the rides. Kind of cool. Okay, let's see, even these, because we flattened that out, the extrudes are more of a elliptical shape rather than round, which is kind of cool too. And then of course you can just start, grabbing stuff and doing other things with this. Grab a face, and just start, pushing those in, moving them up. Maybe you pick a number of faces here and extrude those out to again, make something look a little different. You can take a couple of these things like this, bridge them like so. It's just such a quick way of making shapes happen here that it's almost irresistible not to just want to keep doing more and more stuff with it. Okay. So anyway, that's just the other method of making something like this. Okay. And in the next video, we're going to look at putting bones into these and defining where they are going to bend so that you can pose these things when you actually put them together with your spider shape, the body shape. Okay, so stay tuned.